Good afternoon, everybody. It's Friday. I am looking around my room like I want to get started, but I'm. Last couple days, I have gotten less than 6 hours worth of sleep. And that's mostly because of the factor either A, I fell asleep at a decent hour, 10:30, 11 o'clock, probably closer to 10:30. I've calculated that if I fall asleep by about 10 to 11 o'clock at night, I can get a decent 6 hours worth of sleep. Fall asleep at 10:30, wake up at 12, whether it's because Jerry rolled over or Mother Nature called my name, and then just end up from I'll fall back to sleep and I'll wake up about I don't know 3:30. Knew my alarm wasn't going off for an hour and a half, and just ended up tossing and turning or just laying there trying to get my mind to let me go back to sleep to rest a couple more hours or an hour at least. No, no. And so basically, that's been going on for the last, well, pretty much the whole week except for last night. Last night was the first night that I actually got to get, a decent number of hours of sleep, even though I still woke up in the middle of the night. Yeah, in the middle of the night because, Mother Nature. Yeah. I remember the days of yore where my bladder could contain 8 hours of urine without having to run to the bathroom before I blew up. Now I'm lucky if I can hold my water for 6 hours. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that it's probably not wise to try to hold it for so long because you're working by yourself and nobody comes out to check on you. And you either A, have to hold it or lock up the doors and run inside for a quick break. Yeah, but it is what it is. And I deal. I deal with it on a regular basis. But I it's a combination of I don't know if I can wait much longer on doing stuff, but I definitely want to get in here and start doing stuff. You know, thought about doing it tomorrow morning, but I've got to do the grocery pickup. Tomorrow night at 6 o'clock, I have no idea what I'm going to feel like. Sunday is going to be. I gotta do laundry. Might have to do some picking up and cleaning. Well, whatever it is, it's going to be slow and tedious because it's taken me too long to jump on the ball, and now that the ball has basically disappeared amongst the junk, um, it's not just her junk, it's my junk too. We've taken care of most of her junk. Now it's time for me to take care of mine. Right. We'll see about that. Um, Other than having trouble sleeping and Jerry having her aches and pains, especially at night, seems to be more at nighttime than during the daytime, and I think that has a lot to do with the weather and how things are changing. But it's been one of those weeks where, to be honest with you, I'm still sitting there going, it's Friday, right? It's not Wednesday, right? It is Friday. Okay, okay, okay. Because that's where my brain is. My brain is just like, what day is it? What am I supposed to be doing? Why am I awake? Especially before 10 a.m. Um, but I'm not having any problems as a job. I'm having personal problems and thinking about the future and things of that nature. And because of the winter recess, or whatever you want to call it, not really having a decent or livable income, and getting like paid every other week instead of once a month, like we do with YouTube, I I have been contemplating, and I'm starting early because I know the closer we get to summertime, the less likely I am going to be able to get a job. And of course, the way things have been lately, anyhow, a lot of people aren't available for work for one reason or another. Either A, they don't want to, B, they've got more important things to deal with, like family members and health problems and things of that nature, that everybody, not just my current job, but everybody is suffering from lack of employees. So I started thinking about the future. And in fact, what am I going to do for summer income? Now, Jerry wants to act like it's not going to be a problem because she wants to hopefully be healthy and be able to travel. And I'm like, that's fine. If your friends or family members want to come up here and pick you up to take you to wherever, that's great. I don't see that being available for me because we still need a stable income platform to make ends meet. Well, I was perusing the local, well, I was on Indeed looking at this area, my area, for full time jobs. And I saw a full time job opening coming up soon for the refurbished Burger King. And I was like, okay, I can probably go there. I can easily be manager there. I've worked at Burger King. I know their basic ins and outs. I just might need a little extra training for certain aspects of being a manager, like doing the ordering, doing the schedules, um, sending in the proper information to make sure everybody's getting their payroll as it should be. They're also opening a delicatessen here in town, and I just kind of went, oh. And they're looking for management. Well, let's see here. I have 2000 to 2013, 14 working at delis in New York. Was a manager for a gentleman in one of the two delis he owned until his brother-in-law or his brother did something. I don't remember exactly what it was. All I remember, I came back from vacation and found out that he was telling the store I was at because his brother-in-law swindled a bunch of money. I just kind of went, TMI, you said more than enough. I am willing to either transfer to your store, or if the new owners are willing to take me on or keep me in place. Yeah, they kept me in place long enough for them to understand and learn the ropes of this particular deli and its community, and then they just went, bye. We don't want nobody but family working here anymore. Not that I'm trying to, get people mad at them, at Hindi people, but they were a Hindi family. They were all from India. You know, which I'm not even going to go into my rant about that kind of stuff. But I figure with all my experience and being, uh, all my experience from New York, plus being a manager in New York, plus working two different grocery store delis here in Missouri. So I've got a good 22 years worth of deli experience. Um, Maybe 4 out of that 22 years as management or within a management level, plus fast food experience. I could probably be a manager at either place. Um, the good thing about management would be the fact that it's a guaranteed paycheck. You're basically on salary, so you're guaranteed X amount of dollars, X amount of time. But as a manager, you get the opportunity to not only be part of the hiring firing process, but you know, I think especially the deli, I can not only help them with the community and keep. I mean, where they're putting the deli is a great place. It's like right on the intersection of two major highways through Rolla, the only two streets going through Rolla. Um, well, actually no, because when they did that cutoff where it just 72 all the way up to 44, instead of having to go 72 around town and then on the 44. Um, Still, where that deli is located, it's smart location. Um, but yeah, I thought about doing that. I thought about trying to get a job as management, at either the new Burger King or at this new, never been in town before, delicatessen. And be honest with you, if I got hired at the delicatessen, I'd be like pushing, hey, um, I don't know where our headquarters are, but if we can get Boar's Head Deli meat and cheese in Rolla, we would give every single grocery store, plus a lot of the other different like Subway type places, a run for their money. Because Boar's Head is no artificial ingredients. I know this from New York. No artificial ingredients, no artificial additives. It's all natural. The seasoning and the smoking process and all that stuff is natural. They don't put in additives. You know what? I want to educate you guys real quick. One of the biggest additives most people will put into their deli meats and cheese, or especially their deli meats, is it looks like when you cut into the deli meat, it'll look like a glob or a chunk of fat. It's almost like a white clear color. That ain't fat, Bubba. Guess what that is? It's reconstituted seaweed. Basically, it was seaweed that was dried up, turned into a powder, and then when they want to use it for an additive or a filler, mostly in lunch meats, they just put it in a broth mixture to make it taste like that particular meat, and it reconstitutes the seaweed, and the seaweed turns white. So it looks like a white gel type substance when they go to use it as a filler. That's why I don't really like most other places. Because if Walmart, I get their lunch meat. It's good lunch meat. Don't get me wrong. But if I go to pick up a piece of meat and I see those white to clear spots that are supposed to be fat, I'm like, pull that out. I don't want to eat that. I don't want a filler in my lunch meat. I want lunch meat. That's why I love Boar's Head. Boar's Head, I mean, it's like when I was in New York, being a deli man, we had the Boar's Head guy come in. He gave his spiel, invited anybody who wanted to see the processing plant that they have had there on Long Island, in basically New York, the big old strip that comes away from the New York area. That's basically Long Island. It's what most people call Long Island. But I went out there. I took his card and whatnot, and went out to the plant on a Saturday. Showed them the card that he gave me. They're like, "Oh yeah, come on." Gave me a hard hat, gave me a white coat, walked me through the process. Basically, the process was either taking full shanks, pig, whether it was pig or beef or whatever they were, or the chicken. They showed me how they cure it, season it, smoke it, cut it down, debone it, the whole 9 yards. There is no additives being injected into these meats. They're all smoked, baked, fried, cooked, however it was supposed to be. They had one chicken that I had, one flavor of chicken I never tried. Because every time I cut open the bag to pull it out, it was like that, it's because the Spectral was Santa Fe chicken by Boar's Head. And when you open up the big old package they send you to the deli to cut up, when you open it, all the juices, all the natural preservative juices that are in the bag with the chicken come out. And then when you go to pull the bag off the chicken, a lot of the topping, which is like the Santa Fe flavoring, the peppers, tomato, stuff like that, start to flake off or start to fall off because it's natural, and it's because of the juices, it's still wet and moist. Instead of getting a big old chunk of meat that's been sitting in its wrapper in a cooler someplace and drying out. Because what a lot of people don't realize is deli meats, if they're, a lot of the mainstream deli meats like Sara Lee and some of those other ones, artificial preservatives. And once the artificial preservatives hit the air, they start to dry out and lose their moisture, their flavor, their texture. That's why it's like anytime I go to deli, I'm like, yeah, how long has that piece of meat been out of its bag? Been out of its shipping container or shipping bag? And they're like, oh, I don't know. I'm like, can I try a slice? And if it tastes too dry, I won't buy it. Not unless I know it's supposed to be dry. Like, there's one time at one of my grocery stores here, I bought sliced corned beef because Mom doesn't like corned beef, and I wanted to have corned beef with Jerry for St. Patrick's Day. And instead of buying a whole corned beef and boiling it with potatoes and cabbage and all that, I just went out and got a bunch of sliced corned beef and said, we're going to make sandwiches because we didn't buy corned beef and I wanted corned beef, and I figured this is, better. I had literally gone to 2 different stores before finding at the 3rd store moist enough corned beef for me to enjoy. Otherwise, most of it I could have taken home, diced up, fried it up, and turned it into corned beef and hash. I'm particular about my lunch meats. If I don't like it, I will not eat it. I won't even buy it. Actually, Jerry's, we made a grocery order that I got to pick up tomorrow. Jerry tried to get me last week pepper turkey because I love Boar's Head pepper turkey. So I figured, okay, they got a type of pepper turkey at Walmart. Go ahead and get me half a pound. I'll try it, and if I like it, we'll get it again. She went and bought a full pound. I'm like, what if I don't like it? And you can't eat it because your mouth can't handle the spices no more because of this, whatever's going on because of cancer. She's like, I don't know, we'll figure out something. One reason why I don't like ordering stuff before I know if I like it or not is because I don't want to waste my money on a pound worth of meat that's going to be like $7, $8 for the pound. Well, I don't know if it's going to be that much, but I know boar's head is expensive. That's why it costs so much. But you know what? People love boar's head so much in New York and other places that has boar's head product. That's all they'll get because it's all natural, full flavor. I mean, let's just put it this way: when I first started trying boar's head products in New York, one of the products that I would never ever ever get in a cold cut is chicken. Yeah, I'll get smoked turkey and whatnot, but I've never gotten chicken as a cold cut. The most chicken I see as a cold cut is either dry as dry as can be, or look like very slimy, basically. But at my job, at one of the jobs I had in New York, in fact, I think it was the longest running job that I had in New York was at the grocery store deli. But we were told by the bosses, if it's a new product, you can sample it. It does not mean cut a piece, eat it, wait a few minutes, cut another piece, and eat it. No, 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 no. We couldn't do that. Or as Shu used to say, we can't do the grazing thing. We're not a bunch of cattle sitting around grazing. No, we're not supposed to do that. So they got a new product in that I was like, well, I know I like lemon pepper chicken from the Chinese restaurant. They had like three different brand new products: lemon pepper chicken, um, garlic and herb chicken, and they got slicing Havarti. Havarti is like one of my favorite cheeses, so it's just kind of like keep that away from me because it might not be there when I go home, and I'll be sick as a dog the next day. But I don't care. But no, that Boar's Head lemon pepper chicken. It was like I've never tasted anything that good. You know, I've tasted a lot of different lemon chicken and lemon pepper chicken and um, what was it? Lemon chicken lo mein, or was it orange chicken and rice? I can't remember. Um, but it was phenomenal. And the thing is when you open a Boar's Head package, I'm gonna compare two chickens, or turkeys, excuse me. When you open the Boar's Head regular turkey, and you open the package and like dump the package into the sink, so you don't get a bunch of liquid all over the place, you can see in the liquid some of the seasoning that was on the top of the turkey breast, and it's like water. It's not something filled with preservatives. It's water plus whatever seasonings are on the piece of meat. So there's no artificial preservative in that. Which, unfortunately, because of the factor of lack of artificial preservative, you cannot leave it out of a cold, like a refrigerated system, for too long, because then it starts to go bad. Of course, most people I know, Boar's Head products do not last longer than 4 days at their house, unless they get like pounds of it. In fact, there was one day we actually had a gentleman come in and ask how much would it cost him for the full, unopened piece of I think he was looking at the Boar's Head brown sugar ham, and I was like, I don't know if we sell it that way or not. And I had to literally go over to my supervisor and go, hey, this gentleman over here is asking if he can buy a whole unit, uncut, just as is in the package. He wants to take it home as is. And my supervisor's like, oh yeah, sure, we can do that. And goes over there and goes, do you want this whole thing? And the gentleman's like, yes, I would like that whole thing. And she puts it up on the scale, pushes in the buttons for the pricing information. And she looks at him and she goes, this one unit right here is going to cost you $75. $75. I'm like, how much does this weigh? And I looked at it and I'm like, the unit itself weighed like 5.5 pounds. And I'm like, numbers don't add up in my brain because I'm thinking, okay, 5.5 pounds at, okay, yeah, $7.99 a pound. Still didn't quite add up, but okay. Gentleman bought it. He goes, I don't care. Just slap the sticker on there and I'm gonna buy it. Take the whole thing. Being as it was close to holiday, I figured that was gonna be like a holiday dinner or something. I don't know, But if this new deli that's happening here in town actually has Boar's Head product, that's gonna be one busy place. That place would be raking in the dough left and right. I mean, some people might be like, dang, that costs us about as much as... Okay. Take a Sara Lee turkey and a Boar's Head turkey. They're about the same size. Boar's Head is a little bit flatter instead of round. Well, that right there tells me Sara Lee's artificial, because I've never seen a turkey breast round. I've seen plenty of meats. I've never seen a round turkey breast. Now, Boar's Head chicken is round, and you can tell that they basically took the meats and put it in a mold to mold it. But again, there's no artificial crap in there. So it has to go through a process. The process for the chicken breast is they get their chicken meat, basically breast meat, and they put it in a they put it through a process. That process basically kind of, it adds the flavoring in there and it mixes it up, and then it goes through a tube. The only way I can call it is basically a feeding tube into a mold. And then the mold is basically put through a cooking process. And then once the cooking process is done, they unclamp the mold so it's just one piece. And I don't know how they get it so perfectly that you don't see, like, granted it's been a while, so maybe I'm thinking about something else, but still, the chicken breasts are like these. They're not small. They look like they came off of a Godzilla bird, just like the turkey breast. It's like, that's a big piece of meat. Where'd you get that? Oh, it's from Turkey. I ain't never seen a turkey with that big of a chest cavity. But I've seen it all, and I'm like, there's no artificial stuff in Boar's Head. I can sell Boar's Head. I mean, I can sell it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great stuff. Here, why don't you have a try? That's what they're taught. That's what they teach at the Boar's Head school. When you have customers, and it's not really a school, they come in, they bring in X number of employees into a meeting room at the store, and they give them the spiel and watch slides or little clips of videos of different proper ways of serving up Boar's Head. And when I used to work in a deli, I used to be the type of person who's like, okay, which item do you want? Oh, you're looking for, okay, what kind of ham are you looking for? Are you looking for like a sweet ham, a salty ham, somewhere in between? And then I ask questions like, how thin do you want it? Oh, you want it that thin? I'll slice it. Is that thin enough? Okay, here. That's yours. And go over there and start cutting whatever they want. Oh, you've never had this particular product? Here, let me slice. What are you looking for? You looking for a type of turkey? Here. I'll give you a slice of the plain turkey. Tastes like homemade roasted turkey. All this, it's got nice seasoning on it and whatnot. Good flavor. I've had people come up and go, "Hey Jim, what do you recommend? I'm looking for something new that has a good flavor to it. You looking for ham or you looking for turkey? Because I've got it all, And I have never had a customer walk away from me unhappy. Only time I've ever had one customer walk away, and it's back in New York, And I'm not complaining about her religion because, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, they're only like, those people are only like that because they're Jewish and they're living here in New York and who cares? But anyhow, the lady wasn't unhappy, not because of the factor of my service. The lady was unhappy because, one, we didn't have the product in stock that she was looking for. And two, the young man who started to serve her, she felt was having a bit of attitude. I don't know. I wasn't close enough to basically hear the conversation, but I wasn't even the newest person there. I was like, there's 4 or 5 other people who have been working for the particular store longer than I have. But it seems like, oh, we've got a customer who's looking for management, and at a certain, I worked nights, and after about 3 or 4 in the afternoon, there is no real manager in my department. Who gets volunteered to be manager because I can handle most things? Me. Even though I do not like dealing with certain kinds of people, and I don't judge them for their religion or anything like that. I judge them for their attitude. But this woman was giving a bit of an attitude, and I went, well, okay, gentlemen, if he told you is correct, we are out of stock of this particular product. Can I offer you something else? Unfortunately, in the kosher department of my store, which is basically kosher food is what all the Jews will go after. Excuse me for saying that. I'm not trying to belittle them. Jewish. Let's just say the proper way, Jewish. But I explained to this lady, I said, I don't have any of that particular product, but I do have, the kosher turkey pastrami. I have regular pastrami, and then I have kosher corned beef. And she was looking for the regular turkey, and I was like, I kept on apologizing. I'm sorry, I don't have any of that. My truck does come in tomorrow if you want to come back for it tomorrow, or I can try to get you something else to satisfy your need. Well, she kind of left in a huff, even though I tried my best to explain things to her. When she comes back with the manager, and I just looked at him and I said, I've already told this lady that we're sorry, we don't have particular turkey that she's looking for in the kosher section, and I don't think she'll want anything from the non-kosher section, which none of the Jewish community ever took from the regular non-kosher products. But he was like, where would you store it? I'm like, oh, it's back here. And I showed it to him. I'm like, this is all the kosher stuff down here. That particular turkey, the plain turkey, was not available. So when we went out, both of us went back out there to explain, he is correct. We do not have any of that particular turkey. Can we get you a rain check? Can we, offer you something else? What can we do for you? And she was like, oh, I had my heart set on it, and, all the things that some people will say because they're really looking for that product. And my brain just kind of went, bing, let's do something. I looked at the lady and said, what can I get you for your troubles? Would you like a knish? Would you like some laki? Some gefilte fish? Or not gefilte fish. Pickled herring, creamed herring. What can I get you to help you out? Because she was saying it was supposed to be part of dinner and whatnot. And she goes, well, I was going to go ahead and buy 4 knishes. I'm like, you know what? How about this? I'm going to give you your 4 knishes that you're buying, and I'm going to add an extra one just for your troubles. Boss didn't give me any trouble. The store manager or assistant manager on duty didn't give me troubles. I said, I'll give you a 5th one for free. And I literally took the 4 knishes out, put it on the scale, weighed them up, punched in the button for a ticket, pulled them out, pulled the 5th one out, put it in with all the knishes she was already buying, and then put it in the deli bag and handed it to her. It seemed to make her day a little bit brighter. And of course, the the store manager, um, right there on the spot, was writing her out a rain check, so she would get the sale price of the particular turkey that she was looking for. I have no problems dealing with that. I mean, it's actually better business sense because the fact that not only one, you're trying to give her something extra to please her, to lighten up her concerns, and two, we're giving her a rain check to ensure the next time she comes in looking for that turkey when we have it in stock, she will get it for the price of the sale at the time she was looking for it. Business sense. I mean, that's why I think I would love working at a deli again, especially if it's a deli, not a store with a deli in it. I mean, it's a deli. You come in, you order your meat, we slice it up, you go home, or you come in and you order something from the menu, like if they have sandwich menus, or like my one deli I worked for, we had from the time we opened to about 11 o'clock, you can come in and order a breakfast sandwich, and you can have it on regular toast. You can have it on a bagel, or we didn't have croissants, but on a bagel. Um, I love when people come in and they use certain terms that I got used to. Like, you come and order a double mess. What's a double mess? It's basically 2 eggs sunny side up with a slice of ham and melted cheese. And it's usually, a lot of times they'll have it on a bagel that has basically been toasted and smothered with butter. And yeah, it's a mess. I mean, it's ooey gooey. My wife used to ask me to bring those home to her, and I was like, no, I am not putting a double mess in my car. No, thank you. Um, but yeah, with all the experience I had from New York delis, both the one in the two in the grocery store, one of them is no longer in existence. It basically got bought up. It went bankrupt. Um, then there was was it Colcut King or Colcut City? Well, he owned both of them, and I was running. I think I was running Colcut King. It was like a, well, if you lived in New York, you know what a bodega is. So I'm gonna try to explain that to the people who don't know. Your basic bodega in New York was basically a shop that had the deli counter, so you can order deli sandwiches, breakfast sandwiches. Um, During the afternoon time, you can order like regular sandwiches. Morning time, you can order breakfast sandwiches. Um, Everything behind the counter was either made in store, like all the different salads were either made in store, or the ones that just were too difficult to make in store were shipped in, pre-made and packed in jugs. And then in the middle of the, like in the main part of the delicatessen would be like loaves of bread, soda, beer, milk, eggs, cheese, um, toothpaste, toilet paper, Advil, Tylenol, your sundries, basically your quick and easy need to buy. We didn't carry bulk rate meats. We didn't have a freezer with meats and whatnot. We just had, here is your deli counter. Right next to it was just a cold box for milk, eggs, and cheese, and then you had your shelves with like toilet paper, paper towels, small bottles of dish soap, um, basically toiletries, soda. There was a couple cold boxes for individual sodas, or the one big cold box with like 6 packs of beer. I don't think we did anything above the 6 pack. Um, Actually, no, we didn't do beer because we couldn't get he couldn't get a liquor license. Or well, that's right, he didn't have beer because he didn't want to do a liquor license. too much money. But we had all that, everything but beer or, big packages of, or any kind of packages of ground beef or turkey or steak or chicken or any of that kind of stuff you find at the grocery store. But I handled running that little delicatessen in New York. This should be a cakewalk here in Missouri because it's like got maybe, I think Rolla has 19,000 people in its town, in the township of Rolla, I think. I'd have to go look. I don't know anymore. And it fluctuates because when the college kids are gone, it's less. But the thing is, that delicatessen, college kids that find out about it, ooh, especially the college kids from like the big cities, Chicago, New York, St. Louis, maybe even LA, that have delis. But small town people around here be like, I don't know what that is. Well, there's a nearest actual functioning deli, Cuba. 45 minutes that way, about 45 minutes the other way in St. Robert. We don't have, the one in Cuba is a little, it's not even a full blown delicatessen. It's got a deli in it. Well, it's got the deli in it. It's got some sundries. It's got, I guess it's like a New York deli almost. And that's, I don't know if they're not, I don't think they're Amish. I think they're Quaker. I think they're Quaker. I think we have Quaker and Quakers in this area. But it functions. They get their money they need from there. So I don't know. I wanted to talk it over with Jerry Ann because, like I said, after this winter break, seeing that unemployment is not even a drop in the bucket for what we need. We have basically a monthly. We usually need about trying to remember the last time I did the numbers for the monthly expenses. Somewhere in between $2,000 and $3,000 a month is what we need to bring in for expenses, and right now we're bringing in just enough to cover all the bases. Not really that much. We get enough. We do get enough saved up every so often go out, do something big besides fast food, which I'm trying to cut out of our lives. It's nice to have a treat once in a while, but not almost every day. But I am, excuse me. I'm going to talk to Jerry about that because I know she's going to be like, whatever you want to do to make yourself happy. No. This is not about me being happy. Even though if I worked at a deli, I would probably be happy. This is about having a stable year-round income because yes, the college is great. Yes, I do not want to leave the college, but the thing is, I cannot take extensive periods of time off of work without getting a full paycheck because I'm not going to rely on mom or have mom try to pay for most of the bills during the summertime because of the fact that I'm not making enough money. Which, to be honest with you, after seeing how much money I was getting from unemployment while I was temporarily unemployed due to winter break, I realized that I think, yeah, I earned the money to be able to get assistance for when I needed assistance, but if I'm going to be off for 3 months or more, that measly amount of money I'm getting from unemployment won't pay for much, put it that way. So I'm like, okay, I think I need to start planning for a summer job, or if, let's say, management, if I become even an assistant manager, a general or an assistant manager at Burger King or this new deli, and I'm making $13, $14 an hour, well, I think I need that. I think I need to be doing that just to catch up. In fact, I think both jobs did not give an hourly pay towards a general manager. It gave a yearly income scale. Still, I still be making a little bit more than I am now, but still, every little penny helps. Oh crap! Have I been doing this for that long? Oh yeah. All right. I didn't realize I've been on here for almost 50 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Mostly because of the fact I don't know what else to talk about. Yeah, I'm having one of those days. But if you enjoyed this little vlog, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments about it, go ahead and put it in the question comment box. If you're new to my channel and like what you saw, and you decide that you want to, you can click the subscribe button, and then a little bell pop. Click on that, and YouTube will let you know when I put in my next video. So until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.